Welcome back to Riverside Royals Dynasty here in NCAA 14 College Football Revamped, and I've got some unfortunate news other than just going 0-1 to start the year. Recruiting is not going especially well. As I've mentioned a bunch of times with the Fangs recruiting mod, things get a little bit more difficult, and it's way tougher to sign even 3-star players if they're not already quite interested in my awful school, which makes sense. Now, I do think we're in a great spot for Mitchell Powell, 3-star edge rusher from Colton, California. He really seems to want to be a Riverside Royal, can get on the field instantly, not the fastest, but does have a good array of pass rush moves, 79 finesse moves, or 79 power moves, 83 finesse moves. Outside of him, it's not great. We're in the race to get Makakina. We are probably not going to be able to be in the race for Quentin Barber. In fact, so much that we're wasting our time. And that's the case with a lot of different players. King Kelly would be awesome. We're just really not going to be in that race. And that is especially evident with Nick Spector. I've already taken the points off him. With James Batts, the corner. With Ryan Hara, the offensive lineman. And Ryan Cook probably from Louisiana as well. Although we are gaining on him, and nobody else offered points or a scholarship, so we're just going to go fully into that recruitment. A big run-blocking tackle. Could potentially move inside the guard. Only 6'2", looks like a guard to me. We also had cornerback Aaron Womack, already just straight-up commit to San Diego State. So, got to take him off our board as well. And now suddenly, Jaquan Omatosho is looking like a realistic option for somebody that we really should pursue at the receiver position. 6'3", 200. Not awful speed at 84. You know, speed in Madden, we'd think 84 is absolutely terrible, but in NCAA, 84 really isn't really awful, especially with decent catching. So Jaquan Omatosho is now a real option for us. I've added some players to the board down here at the bottom. Some lower lock percentage guys or players that we've had in consideration before that have already interest in Riverside, but haven't scouted many of these players. However, if we make a push, if we put points on them, we might actually be able to get into the race. And I think that's true with Isaac Cumberlander. We didn't have any points on him, haven't scouted him, yet he has interest in Riverside already. And if we put points on him, maybe we could get into that recruitment. He's not great. He's not terrible, though. It's something we'll keep in mind. Carl Gregory just had I don't know, interesting recruitment. I mean, offers from Texas, but they're not really pushing. Offer from Wisconsin, they're flying up. Arkansas State could be the leader, surpassing UCLA soon. Thought maybe worth a look, but not a whole lot there. Finding anybody who wants to be here and isn't trash is an incredibly tough combo. I mean, these are awful players. Minus 23 bust from Michael Curry. Yeah, he cannot cook. Although cornerback Olu Cunningham is good. 94 speed, 80 zone coverage, 75 man, 70 press. Has interest in Riverside. We're the lead school already. We're going to offer a scholarship and try to wrap this thing up, win over Western Kentucky. Ooh, that's a really good player. Darius Kirkland from Louisiana is, I guess, somebody we're going to try to get in on. It's 89% locked. We might be a little bit late. I didn't see that. Well, that doesn't bode that well for us. Although Patrick Drango is basically not even being recruited right now from Mountain Park, Georgia, is a junior college transfer guard, but seems to be pretty solid. We're recruiting a lot of guards right now, and this is one of my favorite names that I saw. Jorquarius Huff. I like that. It's like George, and then he just added Aquarius instead of the G there, in where the second G would be in George. And he is truly a gem. Not the fastest. I'm trying to see what he really actually does well, and I can't really find out at the moment. He's not really being recruited that heavily. We could really, like, get into that. We're going to have to withdraw on Foster Autry. We probably should get out of the recruitment for King Kelly as well. It's just a really tough player to not want to pursue. But we are, wasting points in the end. I did add a kicker onto the list. He's a 4-star, but he's not really being that heavily recruited by anybody except for UCLA. So I figured maybe we could get in the race for him here. He's an 81 overall kicker with 90 spin move. Oh, no, this is an athlete. Okay, that's my fault. But, I mean, it is still true. He's not really being heavily recruited. I mean, maybe we got something there. 94 spectacular catch, 86 route running, 89 catch traffic, 86 release. I just find the best receiver of all time. Only 83 speed, so no. 93 juke move. This guy's incredible. That's a player we should try to get. Here's the kicker. Evan Caponegro from Dover Base, Delaware. And he is probably going to West Virginia. I do need a kicker, though. He's a plus 27 overall gem. 86 kick power, 92 kick accuracy. How do we get this guy on campus? Give him a scholarship, max it out. Although this tight end also looks really good. DeKeithan Casher, 84 speed, really good catching and route running. And he was another guy who was just not being that heavily recruited. So figured we'd throw our hat in the ring. But I don't know how we're going to have to spread our points out here. Flo Kelsey, I wonder if we're going to really end up getting. But King Kelly, it sucks. He's amazing. But we're not going to win out. We're wasting our time. At the end of the day right now, we just need more points. That's it. Wow, what a great storyline. Just how bad. Two bad Mountain West Conference teams go at it this week. Riverside versus UNLV. And I think I want to change or reset formation subs because my young receivers weren't really getting on the field as much as I would have wanted. We're going to reset everything, give everyone a clean slate, and I think I just need the good young receivers to get on the field as much as possible. Because the 6'4" freshman Kahi Inoke with 96 speed, he needs to be playing more. No way around it. We're going to get him on the outside. And Harris is going to be relegated more to a slot role. I think that's going to fit better for him. And our DBs are just going to continue to use their versatility. Ray at free safety is interesting to me. Let me reset this here for a minute. I think I just prefer Jared Bird at slot corner. I didn't really know that he was going to develop the way that he did. Because he really fits that role for us now, which means I can just comfortably leave Alex Ray at free safety. And then we'll change receiver back to the way we had it. So that's Harris is going to be in the slot. Lingard, I think, is either the 1 or the 2. Kind of depends what we want to do on that day. And then Inoke as receiver 2 right now. We could end up moving him up the board a little bit to receiver 1. It's just, who do we want to run the X routes versus the Z routes in the offense? That's what it comes down to. But we'll see how it looks today. Got UNLV on the table. Let's get a win. Now, I'll tell you, they didn't play that badly in week 1. Scored 37 points, or their first game, I should say. 17 points allowed on defense. Some people were getting on me for like the first couple of bye weeks, but it's not entirely like that. We were just kind of waiting to get into Mountain West conference play. And a lot of teams in the Mountain West had similar schedules as we did. We're playing actually at Jerry World here in Dallas, Texas. But here we go. Taking on UNLV. Got to win these in-conference games. If we want to be bowl eligible, which I think we have a good chance to be this year, got to get to 6 wins, and winning in-conference is going to be the only way to do that. All right, we dealt with a little bit of injury last week, but Daniel Belcher is back and ready to go. And if we're going to have a successful offense, it's going to revolve around number 31. You guys know I love the screens. Getting 96 speed out in space with Kahi Inoke is particularly intriguing to me, and that's what we're going to do. And if he wasn't caught up on the guard there, 71, that is a huge play probably, but we will settle for just the 7. 71 actually not the guard. It's my middle school center playing for us at the college level. They're totally containing Geary, stopping the quarterback run entirely. I mean, they had a big contain going. They had a spy, it looked like, as well. Their number one objective was stop Garrett Geary from running. They've seen the film, evidently, from week 1. We have other ways of moving the football. And when healthy, Daniel Belcher is a big way to do that. They're really going to play off coverage here on 3rd and 4. That could leave Lingard wide open. We're going to throw it to him quickly, and it's a nice catch by the freshman at the sticks. They're not going to give it to us, but that's totally fine. It's 4th and inches from midfield. This is an obvious go situation, obviously. Now, it's not giving me any plays that I actually want here, so we're going to go ahead and probably get into a fullback dive. I love fullback dive. We've got the guy to do it. Tyler Ashley, hero of year one. Made some big-time runs just like this one, and he picks up 8 right up the gut. Try Lingard on that screen. They kind of covered it. We're just going to throw it away. Try read option on 2nd and 10. That's just a really nice play by the slot. Needed to block him, and we didn't. Looked like a face mask, to be honest. Didn't get called. Maybe just the back of his jersey there. But going to be 3rd and 12. How do we want to go about this? Could see checking down here. I don't really think any of these receivers are going to get open. Maybe work Harris as a clear-out route. Maybe Lingard gets open. They kind of helped out, though. We're going to check down to Gordon. And it's not Belcher, but it doesn't matter as Gordon gets right at that line to gain. But again, we are stopped inches short. And obviously, we are not going to punt on 4th and inches from this part of the field. It's a joke. We have an inch to go. Bringing Ashley into the game. Now, we could go fullback dive here. I think we're going to mix it up with a pitch, and I like our chances. Belcher, you just need to be faster. Didn't have the speed, wasn't blocked well enough. They read that pretty well, and we're going to be stopped. Fullback dive was probably the call. We tried to get cute by mixing it up, not showing them the same exact thing. But you know what? You could also work with the idea of, hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Let them show you that they can stop it before mixing it up. And that was a big mistake, obviously, as we turn over the football. A toss there can definitely work if you have the speed. We don't have the speed, which means we can't really do that. Not in a gotta-have-it situation. Maybe 1st down, maybe 2nd down, but 4th and inches, gotta have it. We gotta just go straight up the gut, probably. It's just tough to think we can win with our offensive line, given how bad it is. But you know what? It's worked before. We got to just lean on it. And Wesley Price with a great TFL. Nick Woods loses 2. And we need our safeties to continue to make big plays. I would say the glue that holds this defense together, and it's not by a lot, and it's not a good defense, but the only saving grace we have is safeties that can come up and tackle. Wesley Price we saw all of last year. We need the true freshman Alex Teray to make a big impact as well, as that's going to be just a hole shot, essentially, wide open, big throw, big catch. I'm going to go gun empty here. Means we got to get pressure quickly, and there's a nice completion. It's really tough to cover a team when they go to, like, you know, a gun empty formation and just show you that they're going to throw the ball. We just don't really have the players to stop it. If we run man coverage, we're going to get beaten man. If we run zone, they're going to find a big gap and beat us in zone. So it's almost better when a team keeps it on the ground. Yeah, they're going to have big plays just because we can't really shed blocks or tackle that well. But when they show that they're going to throw the ball, it usually doesn't go very well for us. On that play, Marcus Crooks, an outside linebacker, jumped the route. Would have had a pick six if he were able to haul that one in. Unfortunately, it's just a deflection, but it's also not a touchdown. So we got to take the positive there as the freshman Miles Horst checks into the game. He's looking for space to go. It's a little swing screen almost. And Woods is able to get 3. 3rd and goal. We can definitely stop them here. We've had good red zone defense. Keep UNLV out of the end zone. Field goal's fine. Keep him out of the end zone. Find a spot. It's a run up the middle. Bird is there, and Nick Woods powers in. We had bodies there. We met him before the line. Just not quite early enough. He's actually tackled into the end zone, essentially. We just got to not do that. Got to stop him, drag him back. Can't throw him into the end zone. The tackle doesn't do anything at that point. As unranked Duke, by the way, has gone into Michigan and upset number 15 Michigan at the Big House. That is a big loss for Michigan early on in the year. See if they're able to rebound from that. Although that's a huge loss. Might have just given it to Ohio State. It, of course, being the Big Ten. We do have new teams into the Big Ten now. I think in this dynasty we were able to get Washington into the Big Ten. Maybe. I think USC and UCLA for sure. Maybe Washington, as Geary's not really able to get much on the read option. More just runs to Daniel Belcher. Nice broken tackle. There's another one. Tried to do the hard cut like you can do in Madden, but left trigger doesn't do anything in this, so obviously that didn't work. But Belcher's just so good that he's able to break tackles and sets up 3rd and 2. This is another outside run, but it's very different than the one that didn't work previously. We're actually going to motion over Johnson, but leave Johnson on that other side. But here's Johnson on that side. And we're going to run the football, pivot right back up the middle. Belcher just showing how strong of a runner he is, shedding arm tackles easily and picking up the first. Yeah, if our offense is going to be successful, it's going to be a lot of just straight runs to Daniel Belcher. He's not on the field now, obviously. But we could also just check down to Johnson. He's going to be open, but our quarterback can't connect. Geary on the move. Could try to throw this ball. We're not going to. Geary actually completely annihilates the pursuit angle. Awful job by whoever that linebacker was, but that's why he's at UNLV. No disrespect, but also, come on. I mean, it is UNLV. They're not a storied football dynasty in college. Although, they got the go-go offense with Brennan Marion, former Texas receivers coach. Really fun offense, but yeah, that wasn't offense. That was a linebacker, I think, trying to make a tackle. Didn't go especially well for him. We're going to get on the move again and use that speed of Geary, but a little tired after that last scramble, and he's sacked. 2nd and 11. Just going to do a little check down to Belcher. Now, the crosser was wide open. Totally get that. Crossing route could not have been more open. It was Clarence Johnson, I believe. However, just wanted to play it safe, guarantee some yards, don't want to risk a bad throw. And it's 3rd and 3. Sometimes I'll hit that. Sometimes I like to play it a bit safe. Down by 7. Obviously looking to get in the end zone here. And we're in a good spot to do it. It's 3rd and 3. Got Belcher back out onto the field. One of these receivers is going to win. Corners and off coverage. One of these guys is going to get open. And it's Harris, just absolutely wide open. Big block from Lingard came in a little late, but David Harris is able to get 9. Wide open in the flat. Very interesting coverage from UNLV, where they just completely abandoned the flat on a short down and distance there, 3rd and 3. And here's 1st and 10. We throw that? We can. Great ball from Geary, a little bit late, but finds Clarence Johnson for 14. He had a bit of the dropsies last week, but thankfully he's able to catch that. And Geary looking to get better throwing the football. Had a really rough end to last game after a really hot start. I thought we found our guy, but kind of coming back down to earth a bit. Here's a swing screen, and they're all over it. We're an offense at the end of the day that's just going to run a lot of screens. We find success that way. We find success throwing to the backs. It doesn't always work, but when it does, it can spring big plays that result in points. And for the Riverside Royals, unfortunately, at this moment in our dynasty, those are few and far between sometimes. So I like the screens. I'm not going to go away from them, but sometimes a good old-fashioned run's the way to do it. Daniel Belcher up the gut and into the end zone to tie things up. Love it. Yeah, arm tackles are no match for Daniel Belcher. The true freshman from Deer Park, Texas, only a 2-star recruit that I think could end up playing like a 5-star. Let's creep that safety of Alex Teray. It's going to be a run. We didn't defend it that well, obviously, but that could have been a lot worse. Oh, huge hit from Wes Price. Oh my goodness. Closing speed was pretty good, and the hit was something special. That's a big flag, big penalty in today's football, but that's a good clean hit right now. And, you know, it's a good clean hit in real life right now, but they're going to call it in the NFL anyway, because it's a soft league now. Here's a run up the middle, a lot of space. I mean, Wesley Price just kind of ran into a block. The true freshman, Linwood Tapley's fast, but he's not that fast. And Nick Woods runs into the end zone, UNLV with an instant answer. And, I mean, you can see the block shedding on full display there, and the fact that there was none of it is a big issue for us right now. We're playing a lot of young players and a lot of really bad players. It's a tough combo, and big plays are going to happen pretty often. Okay, it's 3rd and 8. Not really a spot you want to be in. But I like the way this defense is looking. If we can just block on this screen, and they did read it. That's tough. I mean, they read it. First time calling a slip screen in this game, and they were just all over it. I mean, multiple defenders right on it. That's tough. I thought that was a pretty good chance for us to actually convert there, but obviously did not come to pass. Here is the punt. Bounce past him. Let's go. Big punt. Happily, let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. You want more time? I think the trick to winning is shooting more gaps with the linebackers and trying to make more TFLs. And oftentimes that's going to leave us exposed down the field a little bit. And we're going to, leave gap responsibilities. We're not going to run fit correctly. And big plays are going to happen. However, with the TFLs, we can really stop them in their tracks. Here's a screen. Burnett right out there. Big tackle in space. UNLV will lose 7. We read that perfectly, and we needed to. Big time tackle. Burnett saved a massive play. There was nobody close if he didn't make that tackle one-on-one in the open field. And read it the entire way. Gotta love it. 4th and 12. 3 minutes to answer. Let's tie things up before the half. Now, we did receive to start. So it's really important that we get points on the board here to end this first half. Johnson wide open. Bullet missed him. And not being able to throw accurately at quarterback, you'd think would be a deal breaker. We're developing the accuracy. I don't think it's ever going to be great. He's always going to have a bigger arm than the accuracy. And Inoke can't catch the football. 3rd and 10. Missed the running back. I mean, this is a tough offense. Trying to throw the ball. We had a good option on first down, but the terrible throw killed us. We could have run the ball. We have time, right? Totally have time. Oh, this is not going to be a good bounce for us. Oh, it is. Bounces right back past him. This is the method I found to actually be able to punt. We got to bounce it. Got to bounce it. And we had time to run the football, right? But chose to pass on first down, and then it kind of led to a pass on second down. And when our quarterback can throw, we do get big plays off those, but it's unfortunately pretty inconsistent right now at best. Forced up the middle, big play! And there's the true freshman. Chose to go to Riverside over Michigan. More playing time, obviously. And it's paying off. Big time play right out of the gate here, as we're looking to end the first half with the football. Love that. Or at least like getting it back one more time. Get back, get back, get back. Oh, they throw to the flat. Weird. We're going to get the football back. 2-minute offense. We can run the ball. We can. We're going to have a short field here. Ideally, we get the football around the logo. Maybe even a little deeper in a UNLV territory. And we'll see what type of magic we can make happen. Come on, Gardner. It's a nice enough move. All right, 2-minute offense. We get the football on the 40. Now, we're not playing for a field goal. If you've seen the offense or the kicker, you know why. But we are playing for a touchdown. Gotta have it. Read option. We'll take it. Get a little bit fancy here with the motion. Lingard orbit motion behind the quarterback. Belcher with a quick little dive. Now, college rules still at this time, and I guess in real life, although more so at this time, the clock really fully stops while the ball is spotted. And you only waste maybe 2 or 3 seconds after snapping it. So we're in a good spot when we run the football for a first down like that. As Geary again gets a little bit fancy. 7-yard rush, showing, some type of movement. 1 minute and 8 seconds. Time not really too much of a factor. Belcher up the middle. It'll be 1st and 10 for maybe the 13-yard line. Maybe even slightly closer than that. To 14, actually. Well, no, it is a 13. It is a 13. I am blind. But we're in a good spot right now. Gordon up the middle. I like the way the time's going to tick off the clock right now. 2nd and 2. It's going to stop momentarily on a first down. We're going to go back to that orbit motion, halfback dive. And Belcher is going to be up the middle. It's going to be a first down or a touchdown, and UNLV won't have enough time to answer here. Perfect. Belcher stops the clock at about the goal line again. And I think we're just going to go back to a run. So if we snap the ball here at, let's say, well, we have 3 timeouts. We're in no hurry. We can snap the ball at 12 seconds. And we have 3 timeouts and enough time to run 3 more plays if we need them. So we're in total control right now. First and goal from the 1. It's Gordon the Vulture up the middle for the score. Belcher comes off the field a little bit too much, I would say right now. He needs to be our bell cow. But a big touchdown and the extra point to tie. UNLV gets the football to start the 3rd quarter. I would say it's highly unlikely they score to end the 2nd quarter here. So, fresh start for us, new game. UNLV gets the football. Let's outscore them in the 2nd half. Easy as that. Here we go. 2nd half is underway. From the Cotton Bowl in Dallas, Texas, but we're going to pretend it's Las Vegas, Nevada. Or Nevada, as the people from that state say, and also the Midwest, I'm sure. I just don't like it. Don't like it. I like Colorado. I like Nevada. I don't like Nevada. Colorado. I hate that. But what I love are big TFLs. Look like some type of triple option almost. Or a speed option, rather. And that's a dangerous pitch from the QB. Nick Woods has been tackled for a loss several times today. We got to keep that up. And this actually still could be a run on 2nd and 14. It's actually a screen. We should be all over it, and we are. Steve Everett loses a yard, and it's more TFLs from the Riverside defense. I don't know what that play was. Like 2 receivers right in the same area. I guess one is supposed to block, right? Or did I see that right? Maybe I didn't even see that right. Oh, they got up the field. But see, this guy just doesn't really block anybody. Real big mistake. It's 3rd and long now. Who wants to go get to the quarterback? We're only sending 3. But somebody could do it. They're going to go deep. Not switching on. And it's nearly intercepted by the freshman Linwood Tapley. We'll take the deflection, and we'll get the football back. Great stuff from our defense. Back-to-back TFL set up a deep shot, and thankfully the quarterback just really didn't have the arm to make that interesting. And we need another good return here from Mario Gardner. Make somebody miss. That's a good way to do it. Still on his feet. There's a flag. It's going to be clipping, and it's going to be coming back. Clipping. There it is. Good stuff. Mike Taylor. It's our CB1 out on special team. Okay, disciplined 2nd half here. Successful runs are going to help us win this game. I just don't like when we run the ball for next to nothing, and it's still 2nd and long. Can I really feel comfortable about going back to a run? I think sometimes you can. And when they're only showing basically 5 in the box, I think you can feel pretty good about going to a run. And just hoping that, and knowing that you have the numbers and that guys are going to get picked up, and that even if somebody comes in unblocked, you're able to make a move with Daniel Belcher and pick up the first down. That's going to be big to our success, is Belcher making people miss. Read option. It probably should just be a give to Belcher here, but with Johnson being motioned over, I think we actually do have numbers to keep it with the quarterback if we want, and Geary does pick up the first down. All right, slow, systematic. We're taking time off the clock and really getting in a position to hopefully win this game. Calling a screen here. Could be dangerous. We'll see how it works out. I mean, that's not too bad from Inoke. He's got excellent speed. And look at Kahi Inoke picking up 15. I mean, 6'4", 230 pounds or so. I mean, true freshman receiver. There are going to be some growing pains. I think he dropped the football in game 1. But getting him the football in space, utilizing that speed, that's going to be great. Getting him down the field, if we're able to connect accurately, is going to be another route to success. Now, Geary still struggling to throw the ball down the field, as you'd expect. True freshman QB. Accuracy can be touch and go. but we're going to connect. We're going to connect. We're going to get a big play one of these days. It's just when we want to be a run-focused offense and quick throws, there aren't going to be like a ton of opportunities to make these plays happen. And I actually don't love the way they're lining up here. We're going to switch things around. We're probably about to take a delay of game here. Just going to have to snap it. Maybe Lingard wins off the line. And I think he does. Get back to the inside. Lingard goes up and he mosses him. Another true freshman making a big play. It's the 5'11" freshman Justin Lingard playing above the rim, going up over the corner and making the big catch. We can do that sometimes. We have some receivers that can make some plays, right? And on top of that, we have a quarterback with a big arm. It's just the accuracy can be a little bit touch and go, as I said. Especially with touch, he has an issue. Geary up the middle, walks in, touchdown, Garrett Geary. That's a good drive. That's a good drive. You know, it didn't look great when we went read option, gave it to the tight end, right? And we lost a couple of yards. But we were able to bounce back. And it's really just, sometimes the guy's got to go and make a play. Because if you're in a 2nd and 12, it's a way to think about it when you go, all right, well, let's play for 3rd and 6. Let's play then for 4th and 1 or something like that. It's systematic, but everything's got to go right. There's not really a lot of room for error when that happens. Sometimes you just got to go out and have a guy make a play. Of course, if he doesn't on 2nd and 12, and then it's 3rd and 12, it's like, all right, we're screwed. But sometimes you just got to trust the guy that he's going to be able to help you out. So, happens on that drive. Needed it, got it. And we're actually ahead in this game. UNLV's not a very good football team, but they're playing us pretty tight right now. And Nick Woods had some daylight there. Thankfully got tripped up, falls down, only gets the first. Run up the middle, McBride missed him. And Woods just using that power as he stiff arms Crooks down the field. He's having a nice game. I said it's better when we get them running. Of course, their running back is averaging close to 8 yards per carry, but we have our most success when they run the football. Able to shoot gaps, make plays. Quick throw out to the flat. McBride can't make the tackle, but forces Woods out of bounds, so it'll count as a tackle. 2nd and 2. Plenty of time, obviously, for UNLV to go up multiple scores if things go poorly. So if we can get the football back with the lead, it is chew clock mode as soon as we can. Oh, that's a nice tackle from Horst, but Woods just uses power and moves those chains, okay? Really systematic drive from them, abusing the running games. They bring in a star running back that is not Nick Woods. Jordan into the backfield. To Ray, does a nice job of forcing Ashton Harris out of bounds. So it's interesting that they have a star running back backup that they're not really interested in giving the football to. And their quarterback really has made one big throw today, and that's it. Otherwise, he's been really held in check. Here's read option. Needed that tackle. Wesley Price can't make the tackle. Mike Taylor trying to save a touchdown, and he does. Serge McClain got tripped up on his own offensive line. We were so close, but just couldn't make the tackle. And then, of course, over-pursued with Wesley Price. Big miss. UNLV now not just knocking on the door. They're getting ready to bust it down. 1st and goal from the 6. Here's a run. We need guys to make tackles like that more often. We commit to the run here? Certainly could be. Nope, it's play action. Flat wide open. Teray can't hit him and save a touchdown, but he forced him back inside to where the help was. 3rd and goal. I think we get aggressive. Now, we're going to show an interesting look here. We're only rushing 4, dropping 2 from the D-line, but this could really cause some confusion. Wesley Price gets stiff-armed. Bird can't make the tackle because he's jumping over the downed Wesley Price. And the Rebels are going to tie things up. Oh, my goodness. I mean, huge stiff arm, and then Bird just not in the correct spot for the stop there. I'm not saying he did anything wrong, but having to jump over Wesley Price was obviously not a good thing. 21-21. Got a great game here against the Rebels. Two equally bad teams, probably. We got good blocks. Mario Gardner just doesn't have the speed. Okay, we definitely can't go chew clock now, but got to play to our game plan here. Follow blocks, make plays. Number one goal, nothing to do with the clock. Just find the end zone. Be a quick throw almost for sure. Belcher open. Yeah, it's basically a run. He's not able to make anybody miss. 3rd and 3. They only have 3 down. Looks like a nickel 3-3-5 look potentially. Let's try to exploit that. Run up the middle. It's Gordon. Gordon with a broken tackle. Still on his feet. Jimmy Gordon with 11. Jimmy Gordon, of course, with a massive injury in year 1. Trying to work him back into the offense a little bit. Here's 1st and 10. Gonna get out with Geary. We got space to run, and sometimes that's just the best way to go about it. 8 yards. See, we're going to go speed option here. I don't like the way they're set up. It looks like they're designed to take away the play, and that's exactly what they do. It's going to be 3rd and 3, probably one more snap to go here in the 3rd quarter. We can absolutely run the ball here. 4 down territory. Got Anthony Holmes into the backfield, and we're going to pick it up. Got to believe it. Anthony Holmes, look at those blocks. Massive. 10-yard pickup. We can actually get one more snap here after getting the 1st down on that play, if we want. And I think this is a really good time for a shot play. However, they're not pressed up, which could make that a little bit more difficult. Could try read option, just give it to Belcher no matter what. And I think that's what we're going to do. Belcher, good blocks again, and he picks up the 1st down. Back-to-back 10-yard runs. And we're heading to the 4th quarter, tied at 21, with a really, really good chance to take the lead here. No big mistakes. Now, we could just run the ball. And I think that's what we're going to do. Garrett Geary is out of the game. Our backup quarterback, Williamson, comes on. And they're apparently really worried about his running ability. They've contained twice. And we've just handed the ball off to Belcher up the middle. Where is Garrett Geary? Because that could really inhibit our chances of scoring a touchdown here. As again, we're going to go back to read option. See how that looks. 2nd and 6. Another run to Belcher. Up the middle. Big blocks from Belcher. And he's in for the score. Big blocks for Daniel Belcher to easily walk in there. Gotta love that. I mean, it really ends up being just a dive right up the middle. And the blocks were fantastic. And that's, what makes a good run 95% of the time. Does the offensive line do their job? And Geary is out of the game. It's a mild concussion, an injury you don't get anymore. The NFL doesn't want it in the game. I'll be interested to see if it's in the college football game. I would bet... Oh, that's a tough question. I would think not, but there's no governing body that could stop EA from doing it. And I think they could earn some points from some hardcore fans by putting concussions back in the game. It's not going to be in Madden, because the NFL will not allow it. Oh, football came loose! We can't recover. We'll get back to that in a minute. We'll table that. Was that Wesley Price delivering the shot? Oh, this guy's a stud. Huge hit on the ball carrier, Woods. Football came out. We're not able to recover, unfortunately. But we're setting the tone here in the 4th quarter. But yeah, the NFL will not allow it. But the NCAA is not in control of EA Sports College Football 24. Only EA is. So they could do it. But that's going to be programming another thing into the game that they don't copy and paste from Madden. So who knows if that's going to be something that happens. Lamar Simmons with the tackle for loss. Gotta love that. I'm sure they're just going to go to the classic bruised sternum that I've never really seen happen in real life before. Or I have no recollection of it, but happens often in Madden. I wonder what that's supposed to replicate. 1 week injury. McLean, under pressure, please get to him. Big hit from Bird. There's a flag. Gotta be a hold. You can't call roughing the passer. Oh my God. That is a horseshit call on Brett Johnson. We'll take another look at this. I mean, we hit him as he got rid of the football. Are we not allowed to hit him as he basically is holding the ball? The fact that we can't get this sack here is crazy, by the way. He's hit as he throws the ball. It still might be in his hands when contact is made. And it basically is. Are you saying he went too high? Not even a thing in this game. Doesn't fall on him either, which also isn't a thing in this game. That's roughing the passer. That is one of the worst calls I have ever seen. We can't play football anymore. Oh, it's the quarterback? Oh, please, sir. Please complete this pass. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. You know, this is, I was going to say a run. They actually do a good job of faking it. And we do a great job of covering it. I think that was Holt that read it the entire way. It was. Big number 99. And that might have been an awesome play for UNLV, because that really looked like it was going to be to the left. A lot of eye candy. Ends up being back to the right side of the field. And McLean going to take a deep shot. Linwood, get back in the play. Where are you going? The true freshman corner got put in a blender. By the time I switched on, it was way too late. He just kept running up the field. I mean, it looks like he's got eyes on the quarterback, just keeps running into the end zone. And UNLV is basically about to do the same. First and goal. Got to find a way to stop him. Shoot a gap, make a play. This could still be a run. It is. Jordan with power and gets into the end zone. Eric Jordan going to tie things up for the Rebels. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. Linwood Tapley's got to do a better job. You know, it's funny because I think about him as one of our better players. True freshman corner. He's only a 74 overall. And those guys are going to make mistakes for sure. But we got to be able to make up for those mistakes. 6 minutes on the clock. If we played this right, this could be about the final drive of the game. But we'd really be gambling on scoring. Which, you know what? I like the way we've played on offense in the second half. We've mixed in the pass and the run pretty well. We might be able to make this a long drive. About 70 yards to go. Just feed Daniel Belcher. Offensive line's been doing a great job. Belcher's been doing a great job. And he's in the zone right now. And remember, passing going to be a big problem right now because we are without our starting quarterback. And the backups are not good. 2nd and 7. Got to keep it with Williamson. Keep your head down. Pick up as many yards as you can. It's going to be 3rd and 4. But I think an obvious 4-down territory here. We're almost to midfield. Anthony Holmes checks into the game. Gordon actually going to block. And Holmes, I mean, takes a little bit longer to get going. Not the greatest athlete, but had a big season for us last year. Set the record for most catches in a game at Riverside. And I like him. Just doesn't get on the field a whole ton. Here's 1st and 10. Handoff to the receiver. Stephen Jones gets 6. Read option. We got blocks. Williamson just go down. Now, again, we can't really play for a field goal, so being about in field goal range doesn't really matter right now because this is not field goal range for our kicker, unfortunately. We got to keep inching up the field. Going gun empty, but of course keeping it on the ground here. It's a run, and they read it pretty well. That's dangerous. Running the football. Belcher is stood up. It's going to be 3rd and 9. That's a tough call. I mean, we got to try to push the ball down the field a little bit in this spot. We might not even be able to get the snap off here. 2 seconds. We're going to barely do it. Check down wide open. Keep a foot in bounds, and he does! Mario Gardner, our return man. He's had a nice day returning the football. Massive 13-yard catch. First attempt in the career of Sean Williamson is successful. We had to have that. Absolutely had to have it. You know, he's not terribly inaccurate. I've seen 2 throws, and one of them was well behind the line, but that's all right. 55 seconds. We're going to go ahead and turn shoe clock off. Go to a more balanced approach. We have 50 seconds. I think we're just going to run the ball with Holmes here. Nah, they completely read it. We got to keep it on the ground and slide. And there's a flag. Give me 15 for Sean Williamson. What? It's a hold? He got a hit. He got crushed as he was sliding. And that is a massive penalty on Anthony Holmes. Going to be 2nd and 17. We're backed up to the 30 as a result. That cannot happen. That's a crazy bad call. I mean, the refs clearly want us to lose the game. It's never been more obvious. Check down to Holmes. Go back to him. Make up for your mistake. Get some yardage back. It's 3rd and 13. I'm just not sure that this is really field goal range, unfortunately. It's a long field goal for our kicker. And I don't know where our actual receivers are. 3rd and 13. He's got to check down. Get it to Kirby, diving ahead. Gonna be 4th and 6. Is this field goal range? It's a 37-yarder. We have any chance of hitting this? Let's review the stats. Let's review the attributes. Do we have faith in our kicker? I would say he's got up to a 61 overall. What are your kicking attributes? 69 kick power, 54 kick accuracy. Do we bring in the punter to potentially kick this one? He's got 81 kick power, 74 kick accuracy. It's not so bad. But as the punter, is he going to be able to drill this? Maybe. I don't know. We're going to bring him out. It's a 37-yarder to put us in a good spot to win this game. Here's the kick. It is up. It is good. Right down the middle as our punter comes on to drill the potential game-winning field goal with just 12 seconds on the clock. Oh, what a kick from the punter. And we'll take a 31-28 lead. Gotta play defense for 12 seconds. UNLV has timeouts, but time for maybe, at most, 2 plays. 9 seconds. I was gonna say 3, but then they returned it. Not a wise move, unless you think you can house it, in which case, all right, maybe you think that's your best chance. But they had maybe 3 plays. Timeouts, of course, could have been a factor. We're going to blitz. McLean hit, but completes it anyway. And with just 4 seconds remaining, this is your final play of the game. Get everybody back. We know it's a pass. Let's see if we can get some pressure on the QB. McBride in there, and he could end the game. McLean still on his feet somehow. Lobs to the end zone, and it's well short. Intercepted by the freshman Linwood Tapley. The end zone ended up being at around the 40, 35-yard line. Obviously didn't even have close to enough arm to make that throw. And we're going to walk out of here with our first win of the season as we improve to 1-1. All of our games are ESPN Classic games if we're in it, because we're never in it by a lot. We're never crushing anybody. It's always last-second dramatic wins if we're able to do it. I think we only had 2 wins this season to go, and some close losses probably, and a lot of not close losses. But a 31-28 win over UNLV is a big one. Defense played well enough, but obviously not well. And our offense really got it going. We were able to rally, even with our quarterback getting injured. That was a really, really big win for us. I love that game. It just shows a lot of perseverance from our guys. And you know what? Sophomore quarterback Sean Williamson might only be a 58 overall, but he's 99 overall in my heart. Geary missed, some throws in this game, but overall wasn't too terrible, I guess. And then rushing. Daniel Belcher got off to a bit of a slow start, really started turning it on. And I think the big thing with him, 41 yards after contact. Offensive line really got it going in the second half. 2 touchdowns for him, a touchdown for Garrett Geary, and as well for the redshirt senior Jimmy Gordon, coming back from a big injury last year. Receiving, not a lot to write home about here. 5 catches for 8 yards for Daniel Belcher. No receiving touchdowns, but a big catch from Justin Lingard that went for 34. I was pretty impressed with Kahi Inoke's 2 catches, both on screens. Did have a drop in there as well, apparently. Don't really remember like a clear drop, but I think it was over the middle now that I think about it, and it was not a super easy catch. It was after the airmailed streak to Clarence Johnson. And then defensively, Wesley Price leads the team in tackles, as he always seems to. 2 TFLs as well, as did Kevin McBride. 5'9", 227-pound linebacker. He is an interesting player, but certainly made a big difference today. And then the interception for freshman corner up to a 75 overall. Excuse me, not a 74, 75 overall for Linwood Tapley. Also had a deflection in there. Wesley Price forced a fumble. Yeah, he's amazing. And we're going to end this episode with a big commitment. Mitchell Powell has committed to Riverside. That will free up a lot of points. 500, in fact. And it's a really good player. Darius Kirkland, the guard, commits to Michigan State. I saw that coming. But Mitchell Powell, it's a big-time get. 3-star defensive end from Colton, California, but can rush the passer a little bit. 83 at power as well is not too bad. Speed's not amazing, but looks pretty good other than that. And it's our first commitment of the class. Got to work on getting some of these other players, seeing if we're even in the race for any. And it looks like we will be for a guy like Donovan Anderson, who's not great, but could be worse. Probably will offer him a scholarship, building up that Hawaii pipeline. But others, unfortunately, will have no chance to get. Although Ryan White might not be one of those guys. Let's offer him a scholarship. 6'4", 283 pounds. Sounds more like a tackle than a guard to me. This is probably someone that we can kick out, especially with high pass blocking. I like that. We can get back in the race on some of these guys. Love the name Jadrian Adeboyejo. He's got, I don't know. I feel like we could get in that race. Certainly can get in there on Patrick Drango. Certainly can on Jorquarius Huff, plus 585. Evan Capo Negro could be tough. We do have a scholarship on him, which could end up being the difference in this. What about for Blake Gibbons? We got a chance. We got a chance. So we'll definitely see what ends up happening with some of these recruitments. I like where we are with a number of them. This was a big episode to kind of get recruiting back in a decent spot. I don't know how good of a class this is going to be, unfortunately. I don't think it's going to be great. But we got our first commitment. Hopefully things can start to line up for us. That's going to do it for this episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.